How are you? Welcome to Effortless Manifestation. I'm looking forward to hearing your questions. I'm really keen to know how you're doing. How can I help you? Because that is why I'm here. Do you need help with manifesting? Do you need help with negative emotions or negative thoughts or the world, for example? Because it's just fab at the moment, isn't it? And yes, so while we're waiting for people to join us, you can start typing your questions now. Please feel free to start typing. But while we're waiting, some people sent some questions through Instagram for this Facebook Live. So if I start with these, that might kind of inspire you as to what you want to ask me. Hi there, Michelle. Hi, Melinda. Oh, I'll get all teary if I look at your messages. Oh dear. Okay, so someone asked from Instagram how to wake up feeling happy and grateful. I wake up with worry and sadness. And I'm sure a few people have found it hard, to wake up feeling really happy and grateful. But the thing is, to wake up feeling happy and grateful, we have to go to bed feeling happy and grateful. You can't go to bed all worried and sad and wake up happy and grateful. You will wake up exactly in the same way as that you went to sleep. So therefore, nighttime is the most important time while you're laying in bed and before you go to sleep. An absolute miracle. So yes, to wake up happy and grateful, you need to go to bed just going through gratitude. And if you go through gratitude, that's going to make you happy and you will wake up. I promise you, if you do it really well, as you wake up in the morning, you will hear gratitude thoughts. That's when you know you really nailed it. So, okay, so that's that one. Someone else asked, can you manifest behavior from others? And specifically, is it possible to help others be happier? So can you manifest behavior from others? In other words, can you make somebody, I hope this is what they mean, can you make somebody else angry? The answer is no, you can't. We have anybody who gets angry, they have that anger inside them already. And so something in the outside world might be a trigger, but it is absolutely not the cause. Never, ever, ever. So the cause is within us, that we have a suppressed emotion within us, and it is trying to find a way to release the pressure and get out. And so, no, the answer is no. You cannot make somebody else angry. You cannot manifest behavior from others. Remember that the creative process and the law of attraction, you can create your life and everybody else creates their life. You have the freedom to do that, and they have the freedom to create their lives. The second part of the question, is it possible to help others be happier? Again, it's each person's responsibility for their own happiness. And happiness is an inside job. It doesn't come from the world. It's an inside job. You can decide to be happy. You can choose to be happy despite what's going on around you. So happiness, so you need to basically, it's your responsibility. You need to focus on the inside. However, if you are really happy and joyful, that can affect others. That can kind of lift them up if they're sort of feeling down. So just being happy is an amazing thing, because as we travel around in the world and we make contact with people, then we will help lift them up a bit from where they were. So I hope that kind of answers the question. Oh my gosh, hello from Japan. Hi there, Barbara. Wow, that's incredible. From Japan. Natasha, hi, Natasha. Terry. Okay, so let's have a look for some questions from everyone here. Okay, somebody has asked, I'm really trying to manifest clear skin, good phrasing. I've tried scripting, but it's not working. I'm also desperate because I want it by a certain date. Is it possible? Okay, so the desperate part is the part that's stopping you from manifesting it. That's the part that's stopping it. Because the desperate part is saying, I don't have it yet. And you have to believe you have it already. It doesn't matter what it is. Clear skin, house, car, new partner. You have to believe that you have it already. So you could visualize, for example, any of your friends saying to you, just visualize them saying to you, wow, your skin looks incredible. What have you been using on it? Wow, it's amazing. Just imagine those kinds of conversations. Keep imagining them all of the time until you are absolutely convinced you have clear skin. Okay, so that is how you will solve that. And the certain date makes it a little tricky too, because it's kind of putting pressure on you. But if you just do what I'm asking you to do, I'm sure you can do it. You can do it. You're the infinite being. You can have anything you want. You can have clear skin by tomorrow if you believe it. So yeah, okay. I'm gonna have a sip of water because this is thirsty work. I've got all of the secret team all around me here. So, and I have all of you out there. Positivity is contagious. Yes, it is. Hi from Luxembourg. Oh my God. Hi from Greece. Oh, London. Oh my gosh. South Africa. Oh, I'm going to get Bahrain. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Philippines. Oh dear. I'm going to get super teary. Connecting with you all. Oh, from Hungary. Hi, Peter from Hungary. Oh, gosh. And hello from Romania. Oh. Okay, let's do another question because we can get all overwhelmed. Okay. Carly asked, and I want to do this because I want to help you all. I'm determined that at the end of this Facebook Live, you are all going to feel better. And you're going to have a way better day than you would have had before it. Okay, that's our number one goal. So Carly asks, can you go over how to welcome negative emotions? I find it very difficult. Okay, so in my latest book, The Greatest Secret, the most important practice in that book, without a doubt, is welcoming negative emotions, because when you welcome any negative emotion, you are dissolving it from within your body, from within the subconscious mind. The next time, say for example, if it was anger, the next time you feel anger, it's not nearly as bad. You welcome again, the time after that, it's reducing until it's not possible for you to feel anger anymore. And with that anger gone from your body, the health of your body is working brilliantly. But two, you will just manifest like you can't believe, like just a single little flimsy thought and it will manifest. So getting rid of negative emotions. Also, negative emotions are covering over your basic nature, which is happiness. And all of this I explain in The Greatest Secret. I explain it all in here. And so, yeah, it's your basic nature. So negative emotions are covering up your happiness. So to get rid of those emotions is really, really important. So now I wanted to explain that to everybody who doesn't know about the welcoming process. And now let me explain the welcoming process to you. What we tend to do with negative emotions is we tend to resist them because they don't feel good, right? And so we want to push them away. We don't want to feel them. We don't want to feel fear. We don't want to feel disappointment, impatience, and anger. And so we'll push them away. We think we're pushing them away, but in actual fact, we're pushing them down here into our body, into the subconscious mind. And they act like a pressure cooker. They're causing harm to the body, but they also act like a pressure cooker in that they need to release some energy so that because they're just about to burst. And so they'll find something in the world, an emotion will find something in the world to get angry about, to release the pressure in your body. And so welcoming is the opposite to resisting. You're pushing them away. Now you're not going to do that. Now you're going to welcome the negative emotion. So when a negative emotion arises, basically what you're going to do is kind of do nothing. You know, really, welcoming is just stopping us from resisting. What I do is I imagine that that emotion is a really, really good friend of mine. And I'm just allowing it to be here. I'm allowing it to be here in the body. And I just imagine that it's a friend and I put my arms around it. And as you welcome it or allow it to be here, something absolutely incredible happens. It just dissolves. It just dissolves. And in that moment, you have managed to get rid of a whole lot of that negative emotion in your body. And so that's why this is the most incredible process, because A, you will get happier and happier. B, every desire you've ever wanted will be fulfilled. And C, you will have the most incredible life, a life free of fear, and knowing who you are and understanding the incredible power you have in the world. So just imagine that you have a friend and you're putting your arms around a friend. That is how I do it. But also too, something you can do is, I'll just make sure you can see my arms. What you can do is just open your arms up like this, because opening your arms like this sort of opens the whole chest area. And that automatically makes you stop resisting, right? And you open like this and you will feel that negative emotion dissolve. And it's the best. And just do it until it dissolves. And don't be concerned. Don't let any thoughts bother you about it. Just do this one practice. It's the most incredible practice in this book. This practice will take you to lasting happiness and just a life you can't believe. Understanding why it's so important, I explain in the book how all of these things are suppressed in our subconscious. And so I think it's great to understand more, because the more that you understand of how powerful you are and the things that you can do to have an incredible life, the better off your life's going to be, right? So, okay. Let me look for another question here. Okay, somebody's asked, how do I stay positive with my co-workers who are so negative and get mad at me for being happy and laughing and smiling all the time? Yes, well, just if you can do this, just allow your co-workers to be that way and you just be happy, because you're making a choice that you're being happy and smiling, and stay doing that no matter what. But now the next step for you is to be absolutely okay with them not being that. So kind of give them the freedom to be grumpy and negative. Just give them the freedom, just allow them to do that. And look, I can tell you, this really, really works. I have a very gorgeous friend of mine who was looking after her mum, and her mum was pretty negative. And so she really, really struggled with that. And I would talk to her and help her just get to a point where she was okay with her mum being negative. And do you know something? She got to a point where it didn't matter what her mum said, it didn't affect her. I mean, it was absolutely amazing. So you can get to that point. If we need other people to behave in a particular way, we're in trouble, right? So just focus on you. The fact that you are happy and smiling and laughing is awesome, awesome. So just keep doing that. And maybe what you can do is be grateful for your co-workers, right? Be grateful to them for showing you what you don't want to be. Okay, so, all right. Fenella says, do you recommend counselling to help release negativity and aid positive thinking? You don't have to do counselling. If you want to do counselling, you can, but you don't have to. You can release negativity yourself. You know, the practice is really easy. And ultimately, anyway, you have to release it yourself. So you don't have to get any counseling. I mean, you have all the power. So if it feels good to you to have counseling, then sure. I mean, in the Greatest Secret, there are lots of teachers and they have free YouTubes and things like that. So you could watch them, for example, like Hale Dwoskin, for example. He does the Sedona method, and that's all about releasing. And you could join any of his things, watch any of his things on YouTube, and you've got help right there and then. Because releasing is really interesting. I mean, releasing negativity is the same process that I said as welcoming. So yeah, you can. It just takes a little practice, you know. It's just like when you start to be positive, when you start to train the mind to be positive. You know, at the beginning it just seems hard, but then you decide to do some gratitude and to think about all of the things you love and appreciate. And then you find that your mind's really starting to look for all of the things that you appreciate and that you love. So it just takes a little bit, you know, not much, and you can get there. So let me have a look here for um, how do I feel from Liz? How do I feel and act as if I don't have money problems when I can't pay my bills? Okay. Well, you're talking to somebody, you're talking to somebody that had the exact same problem. I was in so much debt making the secret. I mortgaged my home. I took overdrafts on my company. I maxed out my credit cards to the limit. And so I know what it's like. So first of all, when you can't pay your bills, one of the things that I did with my bills is I knew I needed to feel good. Right. And it's very hard when you can't pay your bills to feel good because you get a pit in your stomach, you can't pay them and or you can't sleep and all of those thoughts come. So the first thing to do is do whatever you need to do, whether it's gratitude, listen to your favorite song that you want to dance to, or just do something that makes you feel really, really, really good. And while you were feeling really good, open up your bills. This is what I used to do. I didn't open them up when I felt bad because I knew if I did that, I would attract more bills. So I opened them up when I felt really good. Then I pretended that every one of those bills was a check for me. And I would tally up the bills as though they were all checks, and then I would get all excited that I'd just received all of this money in the mail, and that's what I would do. And you know, then I would pay a little bit off a bill when I could pay it off. But then when I did pay something off the bill, here's the other something else that I did, and you will see that all of this is about stopping resistance and it's about feeling good. So the other thing that I did was now I've forgotten. Now I've said that I forgot what I did. I'll come back to that. Also, I did affirmations every day with every footstep. The secret to the money app, secret to money app, you have I would write checks to myself. I would do all kinds of things. They're all the practices that I would do in the money app. So I would, you know, really highly recommend that. But other than that, affirmations are so great to do, just to do affirmations. And it helps to kind of convince you that you have some more money. And so the most important thing is to feel good, you know, just feel good about opening up the bills, and so you've got to get yourself feeling good. And I know what it's like. You know, it took a lot for me to do it, but I did it. I was absolutely determined. Oh yes, here was the other thing that I was going to tell you. When you're paying a bill, I would pay it. And so what I would do is I would imagine all of the people that work in that company, and that the money that I'm paying is going to help them buy food for their family, pay for fuel for their car. It's going to help pay their mortgage. It's going to help buy clothes. And then, so I would think of everybody in the company. Then I would think about all of the other companies that that connect to that company. So I think of the truck drivers, how this money that I'm paying to this company ultimately is going to help the truck drivers who deliver goods to this company, and it's going to help their families. And so I would just keep thinking about all of these people that my money that I'm paying is going to help. And oh my God, gosh, it just did wonders. It really did wonders. So that's something else that I would highly recommend. And I think if you can do those two things, you'll be great. Let me know, please. Let me know. Hi, everybody. Hi, everybody. Oh, Mexico. Hi. Hi. Okay, so should I get back to another question? Oh, yes. What I want to say to you too, if you've just joined us and you've missed some of the things that I've been talking about, we can you can you'll be able to watch this on Facebook, this recording on Facebook. And the other thing I wanted to say to you too is this was called Effortless Manifestation, and I want to tell you why I called it Effortless Manifestation. Is because what you want is you want your manifestation to be as effortless as possible. First reason is if you are really efforting, it means you don't believe you have it already. And you know, with the creative process, it's ask, believe, receive. And the biggest step of all is to believe you already have it. Now, you will understand a lot more about that when you read The Greatest Secret, why it's so important to believe, but you really must believe before, you just must believe before something can manifest. So, how do I feel such a... okay. Did I finish that question? Oh, no, I was telling you, then the second thing is, and this is really important because this I learned from The Secret to The Greatest Secret. And so when, at the time of The Secret, I would imagine that I had to manifest something in the world, right? Something physical in the world. That just seems so big. You know, oh my gosh, I've got to manifest this solid thing in the world. When in truth, we already know that there's nothing solid. We put a microscope on our body, it's mostly space. You know, it's like a trick, really, that everything looks solid, but it isn't the case. And so what I came to understand is you're not creating something solid. All you have to do is create an image. That's it. Just an image. It's not the really hard thing of creating something solid, like I'm going to create a glass of water. No, you are just going to have an image in your mind of you drinking a glass of water, for example. And that is all you have to do. That's it. Like, it's so easy. It's really, really easy. And so you keep doing that until you believe. And that's how effortless it is. So if you feel that you're trying to manifest something and you're really kind of efforting, you don't want that, because it just means you don't believe yet. So that means you've got more work to do to really get yourself to believe, more imagining, more visualizing, more affirmations, because our mind is just a program. That's all it is. And so if it's not believing that you have something, it's simply because of thoughts you put into it before. And so all you need to do is put thoughts in that you have something and keep visualizing, because visualizing is just thoughts in pictures. Okay, that's all it is. It's the same thing. It's thought. It's just thought in pictures. And so keep visualizing, keep thinking. If you don't like visualizing, just use thought. Works just as well. And the moment you believe, it will manifest. So okay, Katie says, in The Greatest Secret, you talk about how you're meant to be happy all the time, but without problems or times of unhappiness, we don't evolve. In every problem, there's a blessing for us, so I don't understand that bit. Okay. So what I'm giving to you in The Greatest Secret is the fast track. Okay, there are two tracks. One's the progressive track, and that is the one that you're talking about of evolving. And there's the direct path, because you see, the fact of the matter is that you are already absolutely perfect and amazing right as you are. You actually don't have to evolve. You are infinite being, perfection, absolute perfection. I'm not talking about the ego of the person now, okay? I'm not talking about the mind with all of its negative thoughts, because who you are doesn't have a trace of negativity in it. Not a trace. You are absolutely magnificent. This is all of you, every one of you. You are magnificent. There's no trace of negativity. So if you perceive something through negative eyes, I can tell you it's not you at all. And so in the greatest secret, what I'm suggesting is, or the path that I'm suggesting, because it's a fast path, is to remove negative feelings which are covering up your happiness. And as you remove those negative feelings, you get happier and happier and happier. And I can speak to you from experience, because this is what I've been doing for the last 4 years. And it's been incredible. You know, you just get happier and happier and happier. And even when something difficult is going on, you're still happy. You still feel all this happiness inside of you. And so you will get to a point where you wake up happy, and the happiness never ever leaves you. And that's your basic nature. That's who you are. That's who you are. And so it's worth it. This is why I wrote this book. It's so worth it. Like, if I could give you one message, I would say just go for it. Just do it, because you will be free. You will be free of negativity. You will be free of worry, fear, uncertainty. You will be free of getting hurt. You will be free of being disturbed, you know, of your life being disturbed. I mean, it is worth it. So, yes. How do I? Okay, so somebody said they're confused if your thoughts in your mind, are not real. Oh, I wish I could get that question back, because now I can't. I can't get scrolling all too quickly. That's scrolling all too quickly. Let me do one more question. Okay, so, oh, wow. Okay, so there's so many good questions, everybody. I'm going to quickly do these two. Dorsa said, how do I believe my visualization? I visualize, but I don't really believe in it. Okay, so are you putting you in the picture with the visualization? Because I want you to know that there's not really any difference between you walking around in this world here. This is for law of attraction. No difference to that, or you imagining in your mind. There's no difference. It doesn't know any difference between the two. So if you're visualizing it, law of attraction, for law of attraction, this is something that you already have. And so if you're not really believing it, it just kind of means you need to do it some more, right? And try and come up with some scenarios that are really believable to you. Like, one of the things I would always do to manifest, and I don't know why it just worked for me, I defaulted to this. I would imagine telling somebody what I had manifested, that it had already manifested. So I would imagine those phone calls. I would imagine talking to a friend. I would imagine people saying to me, wow, how did you get that? Where did you get that? So that was really believable to me. But because if you really want something, then you're going to want to share it with family and friends. And so that really worked incredibly well for me. So maybe that might work for you. Give that a try. And then Chris says, and this is the last question, Chris says, I was bullied by every member of my family, and sometimes the pain is so overwhelming. How do I release anger and low self-esteem? So you release anger if you want to know from whether from the secret or from the greater secret, you release anger bit by bit in the process that I mentioned earlier, which is the welcoming process. And it would help you to either buy the greater secret or get it from a library. You know, borrow it from a library. Libraries have it. And if you're a reader, if you're not a reader, it's on audio as well, which is incredibly powerful. And then you will understand more about letting go of that anger. And it is worth it because you need to release it. Otherwise, it'll be with you for the rest of your life. And the low self-esteem is just your mind telling you things that aren't true. Okay? It's giving you thoughts that aren't true. And so you're incredible as you are. The one that you feel yourself to be is absolutely incredible. No such thing as low self-esteem. You know, the real you never, ever feels that. The real you is just absolute perfection. And so anytime you hear the mind deliver you a thought that is not saying that you are incredible, don't believe it. Just don't believe it, because low self-esteem has come from believing thoughts, right? So don't believe those thoughts. Just practice, you know. Sometimes you might go with the mind and believe it for a while and then sort of wake up and be like, why did I believe that? And so just try and come back to being aware that your mind, any thoughts that it gives you that are negative are not true, especially about you. And do the welcoming process that I mentioned earlier for anger. So what you could do is you could allow the anger to come. Think of a scenario where you felt the anger, allow the anger to come, and then do that welcoming process that I suggested to you earlier. If you weren't here earlier, you can see it on Facebook. You'll be able to watch this again. And so yes, just do that. Let me know how you go, please. And so now I have to go. I'm so sorry. I don't want to, but I'm going to do this again, right? Had the best time ever. And thank you, thank you, thank you with all my heart to all of you for joining this. I mean, thank you, Carla, so much. Why is the magic not on audio? I know, right? Good question. I just felt it's really like a textbook and I didn't know how that would go with audio, but it's a really good question. I keep asking myself, should I do it? Should I do it? So for the one who's saying I'm tired, instead say, I am fully refreshed and energized every morning when I wake up, and say that mantra every day and you'll feel good. Okay, so thank you very much to all of you. Social media and Secret Scrolls will give you the updates or live events. So Secret Scrolls you can sign up for and it's free. And of course we have tens of thousands of incredible stories on our website that you can read all for free. There's the Secret Super app for free that will keep you going as well. And I would like to leave you with these final words from one of the teachers in The Greatest Secret. These are just about the best words you're ever going to hear. These words are from Lester Levinson. If you will just think about what you want, that's all you will ever get. Love you all. Bye.